Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Love to as always, but if you're new here, I just gently ask you to like and subscribe. It takes a single moment, and then once you ask like, you know a single moment when you contact those or to report it. You ring the bell, and that will alert you when any new video comes out on the channel. And my official YouTube channel, any course on the following social media platforms. It's going to be an international show today because we are now going to go through the details of the 2024 Global Series, which of course will take place in the first half of the 2024-25 season. The Global Series is now picking up pace since obviously we've come out of the pandemic, so glad to see that picking up steam because it used to be quite a big staple before COVID hit in 2020. We've had we've been to lots of places, haven't we, in the last seasons, haven't we? We've had Australia, Czechia, we have a couple of exhibition matches in Switzerland, Germany, of course, and of course Sweden back on the table. Yeah, so great to see that. Okay, so as always with the Global Series matchups, I always think that the choice of the matchups are always very balmy. It never make one of the main things I love about MLB when they schedule their world tours is they always manage to pick the right rivalry. They don't just pick two teams at random willy-nilly. They look at what rivalries or the bet would work well overseas and they go with that. It doesn't mean he get the Dodgers every single year, guaranteed. But whereas the NHL, it's just more random. And I mean, we're 2 years on now from obviously when we went to Prague. But I still think that was a bizarre matchup to begin the regular season, obviously, for 22-23. But yeah, so I just think this is so weird. But yeah, so yes, we've got two global series coming your way in the 2024-25 season. And I'm going to be bringing those mascots up in a moment. We're going to start with Prague, because that'll be the first one of the year, and then we'll move on to Finland, which of course will take place in November. November seems to be more the traditional point of the year where you have the Scandinavian Global Series. But yeah, so there we go. So we're going to begin with the Prague Series, which will feature the New Jersey Devils and the Buffalo Sabres. Let me just go and bring their mascots up. Okay, I'm now joined by Sabretooth and NJ Devil. Here they are. So yeah, so the regular season is going to open on October the 4th and the 5th. In Prague, Czechia, between these two Eastern Conference rivals. It's quite an interesting matchup, given how, you know. Now, no offense to these two teams, but right now, they're not really lighting up the Eastern Conference. I mean, where do we start with Sabretooth here? I mean, Buffalo's had how long? How's that playoff drought been going on now? Buffalo's got one of the most longest playoff droughts in NHL history right now, and I don't see that drought ending anytime soon. Despite the fact that their American Hockey League franchise, Rochester, they're really finding success. I mean, the Americans last year went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, they didn't not have much success this year, I should say, the Calder Cup playoffs. So it's a bit odd how Rochester is definitely finding its feet, but yeah, that's not translating to the Buffalo Sabres. So it's a shame because I think it'd be great to see playoff hockey back in Buffalo. I think Sabretooth you come reliable, but the Sabres just don't seem to be anywhere near the getting closer. You're not even on the periphery. You're not even in the wild card race either. And that was a pretty packed wild card race in the Eastern Conference this year. Yeah, and then you got New Jersey, who were once considered a perennial playoff contender in the East. They've fallen in their ways since the last few years. Last year, they made a complete surprise, coming second in the Metropolitan last year and knocked out the Rangers in 7 games. But let's face it, I think New Jersey was a flash of the pan last year. But also players, they did not seem to gel at all, and yet this is a team that very nearly could have won the Metropolitan Division. So it's a bit of a bizarre matchup. Is it more bizarre than when me and Nash were in Prague 2 years ago? Where I think the Sharks Predators Global Series matchup might have made a bit more sense because these two were fierce contenders. There was obviously history between the Sharks and the Predators in terms of playoff series in the past. Whereas with these two teams, I mean, they're both in the New York borough area, even though they do like to say they're in different states. But yeah, so they're both the New York borough teams who might have felt a bit left out, given how well, actually, you might have felt a bit left out, Bob Sabretooth, given how you had 3 New York clubs in New Jersey back in February for the Stadium Series. Yeah, I don't know why you didn't get included there, Sabretooth. Could have been a great all-New Yorker, but yeah, so it's a bit, yeah, I find this a bit of an odd matchup between the two sides. But of course, Prague is no stranger to hosting the Global Series. It's going to be the exact same arena that hosted the Global Series between the Sharks and the Predators 2 years ago. Just coming up to 2 years now. Yeah, I just think it's really bizarre. I just don't know if these are the two teams that I would pick for a Global Series matchup. I mean, okay, you've got 2 conference rivals in there. Okay, so it's not like the Finland one, which we're going to get onto in a little minute. That's even more balmy. Of the 2 Global Series matchups for this year, the Finland one is more balmier because the Finland one, it makes no sense of the teams that you've chosen to pit together. It really makes no sense. But hey ho, this is what we've been dealt with, so we've just got to roll with it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna bring up the full details just for you guys, just so your fans know who's gonna be what. Right. So on the 4th of October, Sabretooth, you're gonna be the home team, and on the 5th of October, NJ, you will be the home team. And let's see. Let's see which of you gets to have that extra game. Because obviously, of course, in your obviously, of course, with the teams you see in your conference that are your division, you play 3 times a year. So that means one of you is not going to have the opportunity to host one of you on the American soil this year. Should we see who that is? So bear with. Who's it gonna be? Will be quite a while before either you see each other next. Ooh. Have you got 2 matchups this year? But I'm on Sabretooth sites, I can't see a 3rd matchup between the Sabres and the Devils. Ooh. You only see each other twice this year. That's yeah, that's a bit odd. Oh no, it's Nerf. I found it. I found it. Okay, so NJ, you're not going to be seeing Sabretooth in America this year. Oh, yeah, NJ, you lose an extra home game there. Yeah, so the only North American matchup that will happen between these 2 will get involved for a minute in this pity But the only time these two sides will meet in North America will be on February the 2nd. So that's just before the face-off, the Four Nations face-off tournament. That'll be on February the 2nd when Buffalo will host New Jersey. So it's Sabretooth who will get the extra home game. Put it there, mate. And there we go. More of that. So, but I can see your paw was up, so I thought I won't be hanging. Yeah, so where it was me and Nash, it was me that got the extra home game, and that meant obviously I was able to see Nashville when I was last there, so there you go. Come back up, NJ. Come on, I know. But think about all the lovely European fans you're gonna go and meet. You're gonna have a lovely time. You know? I mean, Sharky and Nash, they really got stuck into it. I mean, they were both out there having a whale of a time. So you're gonna you'll have a lovely time, NJ. You know, you're gonna have a lovely time. You know, see, Sabretooth's looking forward to it. Yeah, see, look, he's dancing. Look, we got a dancing Sabretooth. Oh, look at that. See, Sabretooth's looking forward to it. Although, there again, I think Sabretooth's probably just happy the fact he's got an event. It's like, the league remembers me! I'm still here! They know my name! It's like that moment in Cars. Yeah. So I think Sabretooth's just happy the fact he's been given an event. Although you actually were recently chosen for the event, Sabretooth, because you were... Yes, you were. Do you not remember? No. Sabretooth, you most recently did get chosen to be the best. You were chosen to play Toronto in the Heritage Class in 2022. I remember that. No, but you were. And you won. Sabretooth has the bizarre honour of being the only North American team to not only play the Heritage Classic, but also to win the Heritage Classic. What was going on there? Because as we all know, the Heritage Classic, it's always supposed to be between the Canadian teams. So, God knows what happened there. But yeah, so you have won an outdoor game you've been in an outdoor game most recently. You just don't remember it. No. Well, I wouldn't blame you. But anyway. You did do very well against Toronto, Sabretooth. You did do very, very well. But you're happy. Yes, you're excited. You're excited. That's lovely. That's lovely, Sabretooth. Glad to see somebody is giddy about going abroad to Europe. Look, he's doing a lovely jig. You keep dancing, Sabretooth. It's not many opportunities to get to have happy days. So you have a nice Irish jig if you want to. You be happy, son. Go for it. You know, poor Sabretooth. So yeah, you carry on there, boy, you carry on dancing. So yeah, so it's an interesting matchup. But yeah, and I think it'll be great to see how these two teams fare. I think it'll be very exciting. I mean, you got, it's a great players for both sides. Like you got obviously for Buffalo, Ramos Darlene, Hayes Thompson, Jeff Skinner. On New Jersey side, you've got Andre Palat, Nico Hischier, Jack Hughes. Of course, they still got Timo Meyer, which of course they took from me in that trade. That was happened when I was last in Stars, So talk about that, for the books. But yeah, so that'll be very interesting. How's your check, boys? How's your check? Do you know any check? No, right. You have to brush up on that. I still got it on my Google Drive. I still got that photo of Sharky and Nash to show you boys. Because like I say, Sharky and Nash, when they were in Prague, they got very, very stuck in. Like they really just took it in their stride. They just had a blast. Oh yeah, here it is. There you go. I'm just going to show them this photo of Sharky and Nash when they were in Prague back in 2022. There you go. So look, there they are. I mean, nice being friendly. And they put, and then a little sign in check. So they were really trying to get stuck in, maybe learn the lingo. But neither of you know that. No, right, well, you've got a few more months to brush up on it, boys. You've got a few more months to brush up on it. So yeah, so this of course will be the opener for the 2024-25 campaign. So it'll be like how when in 2023, me and Nash, we opened the season. Yeah, it's not like last year we had the Australia one be a pre-season one. No, this is actually going to be during the regular season. These are 2 regular season games that will be the opener for the 2024-25 season. And actually, the North American dates do actually start a few years afterwards. Because I think last time we had this scenario, it was me and Nash opened the season the week before it was going to open in North America. Whereas I think with you two, it's only 3 days after you two have been in Czechia that we then get the first North American matchup in the regular season. So it's not going to be that big of a low compared to last time. But yeah. And then you both come back home to have your North American home openers. So yeah, so just treat Prague as a nice, lovely holiday, and then you can come back home, and then you can be out of business. But yeah, so how are you feeling, boys? Excited? Yep. Well, I'm glad to see someone's excited for it. Oh, lovely. That's lovely. Look, she's so excited. I think it'd be very. I mean, when I first heard who the match was, I thought, really, these two sides, but. At least it's not as bizarre as Finland is, which we're going to come on to actually right now. So let's say goodbye to NJ and Sabretooth and bring up the 2 unfortunate souls who'll be going to Finland. Right, here they are. Come on, Victor! You can just about make him mad. Come on, Victor! There you go, Victor! Ooh. Victor, it looks like I'm torturing you. Honestly. There you go. Stanley, I don't want to speak to you, mate. I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to speak to you. Come back. I don't want... No. It's still too fresh. Right, okay. We're going to move on now to Finland. Which will be taking place on the first week of November. In fact, the first 2 days of November. So November the 1st and November the 2nd, these 2 sides, the Florida Panthers, the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, and the Dallas Stars will meet in Finland for this global series. It's kind of become a bit of a tradition, hasn't it, in November that you get a Scandinavian global series. Yeah. Now, at the time, with this analysis, I was thinking, what the bloody hell? Why? Why these 2? I mean, okay, with 17 and NJ, it kind of made sense. They're both conference rivals. Okay, but these 2, they only see each other twice a year. You know, and they don't really have that big of a rivalry. Well, they nearly had. They nearly had opportunity to make it a big rivalry, but somebody blew it, didn't they, Victor? Didn't they? Someone blew it, didn't they? Victor, do you think you could have done a better job in the Stanley Cup final if you had to play Stanley? I mean, your track record against Florida Clubs is not actually great, but do you think you might have done a better job? Because, oh my. I mean, in Stanley's defense, I obviously was away for the first 2 games, and then after that, it was just, yes, because Sabres had more and better things to do! Like, see their baseball team take over London. And then the anarchy of the PWHL draft, and it was anarchy. Yeah, so I think it's a very bizarre match between these 2 teams. They don't really have that big of a rivalry between one another. They really don't. Yeah, and I just think for the Panthers, given how they have just won the Stanley Cup, they're going to be feeding off that delirium. Wouldn't they want to keep all their home games in Florida, in South Florida, intact? You know, given how people are probably going to want to flock to South Florida next year because the Panthers have now got a championship core under their belt. So, I mean, the transformation with the Panthers has been something to amaze. And we will do a video on it in the near to future once I've calmed down. We might do it during the regular season. That might be a better time to do it. But yeah, and then, I mean, you've got Victor, who is trying to break through what is a very impenetrable Central Division. I mean, the Central Division of the last years has been dominated by, obviously, Nashville, Colorado, the Blues. Oh, no. No, Louis! Oh, for fuck's sake, Louis! I know. Oh, I didn't plan that, Victor. Louis, why are you zooming yourself in? No one see you on the camera. No. Oh, for goodness sake. Sabertooth, can you come and be a good boy for me again? I won't get... Thank you. Break him off. Oh, my God. We got embedded by Louis. Come back to us on New Year's Eve. Why on New Year's Eve? Oh, we've already done a video on that. Anyway, where was I before we got invaded? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was just saying how Victor is trying to rise amongst the ranks in the Central. I mean, obviously, this year, obviously, won the Central Division for the first time in quite a while. It's been quite... I can't remember exactly when the last time the Stars won a division title, but it's been quite a while. They've been knock on the door the last 2 years. Last 2 years made it to the conference finals. You put a better performance this year did last year, Victor. Let's face it. I mean, you were dreadful in last year's conference final. I mean, that was a disaster. I mean, it was a disaster. I mean, the fact you managed to take it to 6 games, that was just something to behold. But anyway, yeah, so Dallas is starting to become a reckoning in the Western in the Central Division. How that's gonna last, I don't know, because obviously some notable players have now left the fold. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it could be very interesting going forward to see how they fare. But it's a bit of a bizarre matchup, and also the setting's not great for you, Victor. Because, Stanley, can you just a second, please? Thank you. Well, quick word bits at the moment. I don't think Finland was the best choice to send Victor to a global series. Alright. You need to be Victor. If I was you, I would take a bulletproof vest with me, mate, because you're gonna need to be careful in case some of the locals try to wear you as a fur coat. It's a cha-cha-cha! See what I mean? See what I mean? Oh, you'll only get that he watched last year's Eurovision Song Contest. But it's a cha-cha-cha! So you may well watch yourself, mate. Alright? Okay, if you two do end up going out there, you're gonna need to watch yourself and pray that none of the locals try to wear you as a fur coat. Alright? Because, bye. Yeah. So, best of luck, mate. You're going to need it. So, maybe wear a bulletproof vest. Alright? Because some of those locals might try and mistake you for Karia's fur coat. It's a cha-cha-cha! I know. Victor's dreading it. You can see it right now. Look at him, it's shaking. Victor's not happy. Victor does not want to go to Finland. That's dreadful. Okay. You're happy. Oh, well, at least someone. Oh, again, at least one person's happy. You're just happy because you're now finally being noticed. Yeah. After all those years is and was taking the piss out of Stanley for hardly having any people in the arena. He's now been, look at me! I'm the cat that's got the fucking cream. Yep. And yet you still won't give us the Leaping Panther back. Well, let's face it. Victor, can you just highlight that for me, please? Yeah, let's face it. This logo, I mean, I did like it when it first debuted in 2016, but it's kind of now worn thin on me. Especially as how you did for your first Reverse Retro, you did actually bring the Leaping Panther back. So, I mean, you really should really consider bringing that back as a third jersey. But then again, I can't talk because we still keep the old logo on the lock and key. Victor, what are you doing? Yeah. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, we've highlighted that now. Thank you. You can sit back down now. There we go. Just sit down. All right. Yeah. No wonder you're giddy. No wonder you're giddy. You're the cat that's got the cream. You've won it all. You won everything. You won every trophy that's up for grabs. Yeah. So yeah. It just is quite interesting how the Panthers are now becoming the new Chicago Blackhawks for the AHL bends. Because obviously in 2023, so last year, they had the All-Star Week. Although bear in mind that was supposed to be in 2021 before COVID hit. And of course they recently didn't get it for 2022 because in 2022 we originally were supposed to go to the Beijing Olympics. The league was supposed to have an Olympic break. So they chose Vegas for the All-Star Week because it would be less of a travel hassle for the players who are the All-Star Week and have to then go represent their teams in Beijing. But of course, obviously, that didn't happen. So you had so basically, Stan, you had the All-Star Weekend last year. And now, this looks crazy, you're going to have the Global Series. So the question is, when are we going to get that Battle of Florida outdoor game? Don't give me that look! Don't give me that look. We all want it. Don't you give me that look. Don't you dare. No, Victor's not me either. But yes, thank you, Victor. Hide it. Don't you give me that look. We all want Tampa Bay and Florida outdoors in an outdoor game. Plus, Dad, you've not been in an outdoor game yet. You're the only team left in the whole NHL that's yet to play an outdoor game. What? Oh, of course. Yes. Of course. Sorry, I forgot Utah. Oh, thank you, Victor. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, well. Oh, of course. I forgot. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, sorry. Stanley, you're the last remaining meaningful AHL team to have an outdoor game. That better, Victor? How are you feeling? Because they're going to be in your division next year, mate. They're going to be in your division. How are you feeling about having Utah in your division? You don't seem keen on that. Not really keen. No. Okay. Well, rather you than me, mate. I have seen them 3 times. But yeah. So. Yeah, well, let's face Victor. Everybody in every division has got something that they can't stand. And unfortunately for you, you've got lots. Tommy, Nordy, Louis, Nash, probably now you. So probably Bernie, yeah, Bernie. Probably Mick as well. Well, now Utah. So you don't like anybody in your division, do you, Victor? No. Well, no. You didn't like anybody that was in the 2021 Suns division either, did you? No. Don't blame you. Anyway. Yeah, so Florida's becoming the new Chicago Blackhawks. They're being picked for everything. But you could argue the Panthers have literally earned it. They've built their way up to eventually getting to where they are now. So, yeah, I mean, and of course you got some interesting players to see from both sides. Like for Dallas, you got Easter Lindell, and there's also Rupe Haynes, you know, and and Miro Heiskanen, and then on the Pamper side, obviously you got Alexander Barkov, the captain, Antoine Lundell, and of course Matthew Tkachuk, which ended up being quite a steal in that trade. I mean, everybody was. I know. Talk about cat that got the cream. Because I remember that trade vividly, Stanley. I remember that trade happening, and everybody, because it was part of the Calgary Place exodus. Everybody basically just laughed at that trade. Wow, who's laughing now? Yeah, we'll just let him do his Jesse J. I think we're on to the chorus now. Picture! Yep. Quite a steal that was, eh, Stanley? Quite a steal that was. Because I remember that trade vividly. I remember a lot of people saying, "Oh, that's a stupid move," given what Stanley had to give to Calgary to make that trade. And it was like, "Oh, that's a stupid move on the Panthers' part. What the fuck are they playing at?" But actually, it proved quite worthwhile. It actually proved to benefit the Panthers a lot because they've had 2 Stanley Cup final trips back to back, and that is very, very hard to do. I mean, going to this season, I wasn't sure what to make of your chances. I mean, I just didn't know, because it was still quite a stunning thing to happen last year. So going to start this season, I wasn't sure who was going to represent the East in the final, especially how you had the Rangers go on this amazing run and look like they were going to defy the history. Carolina put themselves in the mix as they like to do, and Boston was probably contender given the talent they have. So I wasn't sure what to rate your chances though, but luckily it's very, 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 very rare, as Vic's going to argue here. Yeah, it's very, very, very rare for teams to get back-to-back appearances in the Cup final. So yeah, so that trade the Panthers made, well, as the song goes by Jesse J, who's laughing now? But yeah, so you've got a lot of star power that'll be coming your way to Finland at the it's not said what the reader is. Anyway, well, when you go to Finland, there's gonna be a lot of firepower for both sides. I just think it's such a really interesting. I think it's just bizarre to have these 2 sides go head to head. It reminds me of when the last time we had the matchup in Finland. It was actually 2 years ago, where you had Bernie take on Stinger. Now that made completely no sense. I mean, let's face it, Stinger's not really got any division rivals. I mean, let's face it, Stinger really hasn't got a division rival, so it's kind of interesting that they're going to have an original 6 team as their opponents when they host the Stadium Series in Ohio in March next year. But yeah, I mean, and again, it's interesting though, isn't it? Because the last time a Global Series happened in Finland, it featured the reigning Stanley Cup champion. Yeah, it did. It did. And here we are now. The next global series to take place in Finland is also going to feature the reigning Stanley Cup champion. But in fairness, Bernie was more likely to be the Stanley Cup champion than Stanley was. So let's face it. I mean, given how close Bernie was for year in, year out, you always thought the Avalanche, but like just not quite there, but almost there. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is a really bizarre matchup. I mean, I don't get why you've got two teams who are not in the same conference. They see each other in each other's bar once a year. It's a bit odd. I mean, could you not maybe have like Florida and Tampa? Or Florida and Boston? Because that has proved to be quite a ride because of the fact that those two have had really big playoff series in the last 2 years. Maybe do, or we could maybe just have Victor and Bernie. Have Bernie go it again. Victor, wherever I go, say you go shake your head. So there's no point trying to counter argue with me, mate. You're not, mate. You're gonna not like my suggestions either way. Yeah, but I just think this whole matchup is really bizarre. I don't get why half of the Scandinavian series we seem to now like to put random teams, whereas for the Western Europe it's fine. We'll do conference rivals, but when it comes to Scandinavia, we just want to really go throw teams in willy-nilly. It just feels completely bizarre. I mean, last year we were Sweden. It really made no sense. We need to have Nordy there with 3 Atlantic Division rivals. Where was the sense in that? And of course, it didn't really work out in results for Nordy either way. So that just made no sense. But yeah, I mean, and of course, also the dates, November 1st and the 2nd, you two have to have postal votes. Yep, you two will need to have postal votes because it'll be literally just the days before the presidential election. So if you two want to vote, you're going to have to get a postal ballot. It's great fun, I can tell you, being postal vote, it's great fun. I love being a postal vote, it's really good. It's such better than going out to the actual polling station. Yeah, so, yeah, but, it's a really bizarre matchup. I mean, if you want to have the reigning Stanley Cup champion, fine. But maybe just choose an opponent that make more sense, like Boston or Tampa. Or we're going to have Dallas. Put one of the Central Division teams with Dallas. You know, but given how the Central Division is going to go for a little shake-up, probably maybe not the wise move to make there. But, yeah, so this just feels really just balmy. It really is a balmy choice. Okay, so there you go. That's a roundup of the Global Series matchups that will take place across the next 2024-25 season. So we've got Buffalo and New Jersey meeting in Prague to kickstart the regular season on October the 4th and 5th. Then Dallas will meet the reigning Stanley Cup champions, Florida, in Finland on the first 2 days of November the 1st and November the 2nd. I mean, where's the AHL going to actually, you know, for Major League Baseball's approach and actually look at who's the better rivalries and just throw them out? Because this is just, I mean, I've said this the last few years now, this is the balmiest set of global series, but I think this one's got to take the cookie. Literally take the cookie. Because, you know, it just feels like, why? Why these particular teams? But hey-ho. But, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the Global Series, it is always a major event in Canada, and it always works out well. Although I think maybe the NHL should maybe be a bit more brave, like the Major League Baseball doesn't bring fan to areas they don't normally go to. If you want to get more details, if you are supporters of one of those 4 teams you're interested, just head to NHL.com for more details on your respective Global Series matchup.